The purpose of this walkthrough is to take you through the Accreditation Standards Part 3, Templates for University Accreditation. First, an acknowledgement of country. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of lands, seas and waters throughout Australia and pay respect to elders past, present and future. We recognise that the health and social and emotional well-being of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples are grounded in continued connection to culture, country, language and community, and acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. In this walkthrough, we will mention each of the 8 templates and their purpose. Templates 6, 7 and 8 will be explained further in video guides 4 and 5. Please note, it is intended that each template is inserted at an appropriate point within the documentation, rather than all templates being submitted as a whole. This will assist both preparation of the documents for the university and review of the documents by the accreditors. Please also note that the templates are not presented in order of importance. Each is mandatory and each contributes to the university's evidence. On template 1, universities enter program details. This template captures key information for accreditors at a glance for easy reference. This allows accreditors to immediately situate your program within the accreditation cycle. Templates 2 and 3 provide an overview of staffing and then further details about individual staff members, their experience, subject coordination and expertise, which speaks to the current delivery of the program, but importantly, also its sustainability in terms of workload. Template 4 is where universities record student numbers for both new enrolments and students who are continuing in the program, through intermitting their program or through, for example, previous failures in subjects. This provides accreditors with an overview of student numbers, but also an outline of increases or decreases in enrolments and of possible attrition across years. Template 5 records student demographics and provides easy reference for accreditors to total numbers of domestic, international and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. We reviewed Template 6 in Video Guide 2 and described its importance. Template 6 represents an important part of evidence related to universities' assurance that students graduate from their programs having demonstrated competency at a level appropriate for entry to the profession in whole of cohort must-pass assessments. This critical template is partial evidence for Criterion 23. Assessments that are not must-pass are unlikely to contribute to universities' core claims of competency. Please note that each assessment which is whole of cohort must-pass at a level appropriate for entry to the profession needs to be recorded in a separate row. We will briefly review each heading. The first 2 columns detail the subject code and the year and semester of the program it occurs. In the next column, universities should detail the assessment type, for example, written assignment, written exam, simulation, portfolio, etc., and whether students undertake this assessment individually or as a group. Columns 4 and 5 require universities to record the areas of communication and/or swallowing that are focused on within the assessment piece and the lifespan stage it is relevant to. Accreditors are looking for experiences across the lifespan, so universities can be very specific here. For example, 0 to 5 years, school age, adults, or aged care. In the next 2 columns, attention is given to the standards within domains 1, 2, and 3 of the professional standards that are addressed within this assessment. The final column should be used to list any criteria, other than Criterion 23, which are addressed by this assessment. For example, Criterion 22, which demonstrates comprehensive teaching of communication and swallowing, and Criterion 40, which refers to range of service delivery approaches. In Template 7, universities detail assessments that contribute to core claims of competency but are not at a level appropriate for entry to the profession. This template provides partial evidence for Criterion 24. The headings are the same as on Template 6, so we'll not go through them here. One additional requirement for this template is for universities to note whether the assessment is must-pass, and this is done in the 3rd column. Template 8 is another key document and provides a summary of accreditation standards 1, 2, and 3 and criteria within each standard. We discuss this in video walkthrough 2, and important points relating to this template will be elaborated on further in video guides 4 and 5. Please also refer to these other accreditation video guides which are available.